cockpit, cockpit is a place where you're gonna spend most of your time in the aircraft. Today, I'm going to show you all the stuff in cockpit on the DHC2 behavior you need to know just before we get into flying, so it will be easier for you and for me. Okay, that's a central look on the cockpit. Everything you need to know is here. So, let's start off by going here. Those are flaps. You won't believe them, those are actually flaps. This plane does not have any spoilers, that's miserable, but alright. Here we have a rudder trimmer and a trimmer, like a normal aileron trimmers. What else? Where's the throttle, you may ask? Well, here's the throttle. That's the throttle, that's the propeller, and that's a mixture. And while talking about those, we can get into the captain's seat. The plane can be flight and only can be flown by one person. The co-pilot does not have a yoke and it does not have rudder pedals. Okay, let's get over here. Okay, what's that? Well, that's a central panel for us. Here we have sanction, local time, airspeed, our artificial horizon, altitude, ILS approach and flight director, your turn counter, compass, vertical speed, and ADF measurement. Here we have a fuel selector. Here we have lamps. This is basically for the engine operation. Those are lights and master switches as well. And now we can move on to central pedestal. Oil temperature and temperature in degrees Celsius. Nice thing for Europeans. Here we have a fuel. Here we have temperature and more temperature. That's the autopilot. Quite simple. You will know it from the Cessna tutorial. If we move up, here we have, as I already told you, this is just for the more resistance of those throttles, of those switches, so they don't go like this. Pressure and RPMs. Here we can stop for a second, because this plane has two configurations. You can fly with GPS, the newer Garmin 500s, or with analog radios. I feel like analog radios were intended for this aircraft, basically. So here you'll have also the ADF. That's the EFB, the A-Plane tablet. You have your call sign Sierra Papa 78 Charlie Papa. This is our call sign. Let's have a look a bit here. So, what do we have? Instrument lights are useful as heck. Cabin lights, extremely useful during the day, and for briefing, you cannot use them during flight. Master warning, alternators, yes. All the circuit breakers are indeed working. That's something nice. Let's move here to central pedestal. This is actually central pedestal, proper central pedestal. Parking brakes, nothing too crazy. Carbon heater, cabin heater, Vomble pump, emergency fuel shutoff. I always recommend having it like that, and oil. It should always be in the default position. So, that's it for cockpit formalization on board the DHC2 behavior. Tomorrow expect a full and complete tutorial.